It was bizarre. It was a whole kind of emotions, numbness, shock, disbelief, a lot of things really.
These footballers took cheating to another level. We all know footballers lead extravagant lives, owning expensive cars, homes, jets, and having supermodel wives. But is that enough for them? When is it enough? In the case of these footballers, it is never enough. These men cannot contain themselves, often cheating on their wives with their teammates' wives or girlfriends. Gerard Piquet. In the newest cheating scandal, Gerard Piquet, FC Barcelona's legendary defender, was caught with another woman by his girlfriend, world-famous singer Shakira. To reverse back, the pair met in 2010 at the World Cup in South Africa. They kept their private life protected from public, and they have two sons, Milan, age 9, and Sasha, age 7. In the last couple of months, Piquet has been living an out-of-control party lifestyle, which eventually led to him having an affair with a young blonde. Shakira eventually caught him, but how did he manage to pull that off? His tactic was to always use a taxi or an Uber, never using his vehicles. His preferred bar, as well as Ricky Puig's, was La Traviesa. The woman Piquet had cheated on Shakira with reportedly works at the bar. He would never enter through the front door, he would use the side door, which led to a VIP lounge. Piquet would decide who could enter, and anyone who entered that area had to leave his or her cell phone behind. Luciana Gushmer, Ecuadorian model, was invited to the lounge and she confirmed this information. Mesut Ozil. Arsenal star Mesut Ozil has been accused of cheating on his girlfriend Mandy Capristo with Melanie Rickinger, Christian Lell's ex-girlfriend. Christian Lell, former star of Bayern Munich, accused Mesut Ozil of exploiting his fame and luring his ex-girlfriend Melanie into a relationship. He even shared messages that he found on her phone that they exchanged on WhatsApp. He claimed that his breakup with Rickinger was partly because of what Ozil had been doing. After finding out, Ozil's current girlfriend, Mandy Capristo, ended things with Ozil and even deleted all photographs of him from her Facebook and Instagram accounts. Frank Ribery. Bayern Munich's Frank Ribery was known as a skilled and super fast midfielder. During his time, he was considered one of the best in the world. He married his future wife, Wahiba Ribery, in 2004. They have 5 children, and the whole world is jealous of his relationship with his wife. He loves her so much that he even converted to Islam. But in 2009, Zaya Dahar, an underage prostitute, was paid to fly to Paris and have sex with Ribery as a birthday gift. He became one of her regular customers. Zaya Dahar, at the time 17, said, "He made reservations at a luxury hotel in Munich. We had sex and he paid me. I was a lovely little present, wasn't I?" Ribery has admitted having sexual relationships with the girl over several months, but he didn't know she was underage. His wife later forgave him and they reconciled. Royston Drenth. The former Real Madrid player Royston Drenth was in 2009 having an affair with Playboy model Melina Gracia. I mean, who wouldn't want to be with a Playboy model? But Drenth was at the time married, and his wife was pregnant with his second child. Oops. After the incident, Drenth's career went downhill. When they asked Drenth, one of the biggest cheaters in football history, about how often he had sex, he responded, "With my wife, you mean?" Anthony Martial. Similar to the story above, Manchester United's Anthony Martial was also caught cheating on his wife, Melodita Cruz, when she was 8 months pregnant. He was seen in a nightclub in Paris with a model Malika Semici. A week later, he took her to a 2-star hotel. Malika said, "I was surprised that he chose this hotel because it was run down and cheap. I knew he had a girlfriend, but he kept telling me they weren't having sex because she was pregnant." Marshall publicly apologized in 2019 to Melanie, and she forgave him. But not for long. Eventually, she ended things with him. Wayne Rooney. Former Manchester United star forward Wayne Rooney had been featured in many cheating scandals. He married his future wife, Colleen, in 2008, and their marriage has survived all ups and downs, of which there were plenty of downs. For example, Rooney was caught in 2002 visiting 3 prostitutes. One of the sex workers he visited was a 48-year-old grandmother. In 2010, when Colleen was pregnant with their first child, Rooney has been with Jennifer Thompson 7 times and was exposed for having a threesome with her and Helen Wood. Several years later, he was seen partying with Laura Simpson, Vicky Rosiak, Taylor Ryan, and many more. Even though he claims nothing has happened, we'll leave the rest to the imagination. Ryan Giggs. In 2007, Manchester United legend Ryan Giggs married Stacey Cook, his longtime girlfriend, in a private ceremony. 10 years later, they divorced due to his 8-year-long affair with his brother's wife, Natasha. This incident left a stain on Ryan's football career and his reputation. His public image was destroyed. His wife left him, and his brother Rodri never spoke to him again. 2010. Rodri even revealed that he has not spoken to his mother because she took Ryan's side. In an interview, he said, "As an established footballer that he is, he's got lots of things that many people haven't got. I just felt sorry for him. He had a nice wife, nice children, a nice home, a nice life, but he obviously wasn't happy with it," explained Rodri. Natasha even admitted to aborting Ryan's baby in 2010, a few weeks before she married Rodri in Las Vegas. Talking about family problems. John Terry, the former captain of England national team and FC Chelsea, participated in one of the biggest betrayals in the history of football. In 2010, Terry had an affair with Vanessa Paronso, girlfriend of his good friend and teammate Wayne Bridge. However, Terry's public image was already linked to sex scandals. In 2007, when marrying his girlfriend, he confessed, "I've misbehaved and slept with girls behind her back, and that is not right." After the news started to spread, Terry sought a super injunction from the British High Court to prevent the news leaking to the press, but the injunction was lifted. Immediately, Terry was stripped of his captaincy by Fabio Capello. However, that did not ruin Terry's marriage. Bridge and Paronso split up that summer, and Bridge moved to Manchester City. At some point after that, Terry started visiting Paronso and her son. In an interview, she said, "What we had cannot be described as an affair. It was a friendship." Bridge renounced his position in the England national team, refusing to play with Terry. Later that year, in a match between Chelsea, Terry, and Manchester City, Bridge, everybody was waiting for the start of the game and the shaking of hands. However, Bridge refused to shake Terry's hand, sending a message that he doesn't want to reconcile. He repeated the same act a year later. Years later, he said in an interview, "The most disappointing aspect of it all is that I'm probably more famous for not shaking someone's hand than I am playing football. I get abuse walking down the street. I still don't think anyone knows the full story." While Terry's career continued to progress, Bridges' career came to a quiet halt. In 2014, he retired from professional football. After retiring in 2018, Terry was appointed as assistant coach of Aston Villa and still lives in Surrey with Tony. What is fascinating is that Bridge lives a few hundred yards away from Terry with his new wife, Frankie. Paul Terry. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. John Terry's brother, Paul Terry, also had an affair with his teammate's girlfriend. Paul has been secretly seeing Lindsay Cowan, fiancée of his teammate, goalkeeper Dale Roberts. When suspicious, Dale confronted her. She admitted the affair. The couple immediately split up, and Roberts said in an interview, "It is bad enough she's done it all, but the fact that it's with him, one of my teammates, makes it that much harder to bear." The story has a tragic twist. Dale Roberts hanged himself in his home because he couldn't cope with the embarrassment of his fiancée having an affair with his teammate, Paul Terry. On the evening of her fiancée's death, Lindsay said she came home to find a final message from Dale, written on the whiteboard in their kitchen. It said, "I love Lindsay Elizabeth Cowan very, very much. She is the love of my life." Not all stories have a happy end, and this one particularly shows us the destructive power of lust, human ego, and depression.